Well, howdy y'all. Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Well, we killed Benny, we got the platinum chip. If you remember the very first episode, it was our job to deliver that to Mr. House. But Benny shot us in the head and stole it. So we're gonna head way back to either Yes Man or Mr. House to give him the chip. So Rex and, what's the lady? Lady Chlamydia? I forgot her name. Well, I'll meet you there. Look at all the death. Alright, we're back up in Mr. House's penthouse.
Well, hello, Sugar. Mr. House is waiting for you in his office.
Okay, Robogina, I think I might have snow globes for you.
You do? Why, that's just wonderful. I'll take it and put it with the rest of the collection.
Do I have any more? No. Fine, don't say bye. Be a bitch. What do I care? Alright, Mr. House. It's been my job as a delivery man, not a delivery boy, to deliver this chip. I have finally finished my duty. I am the best delivery man ever.
I take it you've come to deliver the platinum chip?
Yes, Odo.
Such a small thing, isn't it? And yet so capacious, so very dear. Decades of hiring salvagers out west to search for this little relic in the ruins of a place called Sunnyvale. Back then, anyway. That's where the chip was printed, on October 22nd, 2077. It was to have been hand-delivered to me here at the Lucky 38 the next day. But the bombs fell first. Suffice it to say, the delivery was never made. Some things are more easily shown than told. Take the elevator all the way down to the bottom level, and you'll see what I mean. Don't worry, you'll like what you see. We have much to accomplish, you and I.
Okay, that's odd. The first time I ever played this game, for the hell of it, I just ran into the basement and accidentally killed Mr. House. Oh wait, this isn't where I thought it was.
Step closer to the demonstration area, if you would.
Give me a second. I need to...
I expect you're well familiar with my Securitrons by now.
Just stealing from you, Mr. House.
The titanium alloy housing that protects its electronic core deflects small arms and shrapnel easily enough. Its X-25 Gatling laser, produced to spec Eyeglastinghouse Inc., is deadly against soft targets at medium range. And for close-range suppression or crowd control, the Securitron is armed with a 9mm submachine gun.
Shouldn't it shoot beanbags for crowd control?
What you did not know is that these are the Securitron's secondary weapons. All this time, my Securitrons have had to get by running the Mark I operating system, which lacked software drivers for their primary weapons. Today, with the delivery of the platinum chip, all that changes. Behold, for the first time, Securitrons running the Mark II OS. The M235 missile launcher gives the Securitron the ability to engage ground and air targets. And a rapid-fire G-28 grenade launcher ensures the Securitron is deadly in close-range engagements. The software upgrade also includes drivers for the Securitron's highly sophisticated on-board auto-repair systems. Altogether, the Mark II software upgrade confers a 235% increase in combat effectiveness per unit. The city of New Vegas finally has soldiers worthy of protecting it. Return to the penthouse now. We have much to discuss.
Well, Mr. House, that works as long as the enemy's armor isn't built out of that wall. Because that wall seemed to take all of that pretty well. Good thing I didn't try to blow Metal Mommy up. I didn't know she had missiles in her.
Trips to the basement are rarely so educational, don't you think? I've since broadcast the upgrade to every Securitron in range of my transmitters, and I must say, it's causing quite a stir down on the strip.
How so? You blowing folks up? Do you think the Securitrons can defeat Caesar's Legion and the NCR?
Why would I want to go to war against the NCR? They're my best customers. If their leaders weren't scheming to steal Vegas out from under me, I'd have no troubles with the NCR at all. To secure the future of New Vegas, I must have your assistance. The work ahead is dangerous, but you weather danger well.
You got my ear.
The next step will require you to infiltrate Caesar's camp at Fortification Hill.
Why didn't you tell me to do that? I was already at the fort. How do you think I got the chip? I could tell him he already invited me to the fort.
I'm not surprised. The Legion has spies on the Strip.
What do I get out of this?
I'm not offering you an incentive as crude as money, though there'll be plenty of that. What I'm offering you is a ground floor opportunity in the most important enterprise on Earth. What I'm offering is a future. For you, and for what remains of the human race.
I'm not so worried about the human race. I'm more so worried about what's going to happen to Charlie Dicksucker. I got some questions I want to ask.
What did you want to discuss?
You know Connor's dead, right?
By my calculations, his death will affect the shape of the battle for Hoover Dam minimally,
I meant
if at
Caesar.
all. The Legion's aggression will outlive Caesar. Indeed, they'll try to take the dam as a tribute to his memory. Given a year, they'd have him deified. But by then, the Legion will be breaking down, riven by internal conflicts, a monster consuming itself. It's irrelevant. In the short term, the Legion is still monster enough that defeating it will make me look powerful indeed. What else did you want to discuss?
Well, I'm glad that accidentally killing Caesar means that in the long run it'll fall apart. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't ask what happened to Benny.
That's because he ceased to be relevant when you recovered the platinum chip. Revenge doesn't interest me. Progress does. Sorry to deny you a moment of primate triumph, but you'll have to go elsewhere to sound your barbaric yawp. What else did you want to
No,
discuss?
I won't. Yawp, yawp, yawp! Yeah, I killed him good. Did you know I killed some white gloves who were eating their customers?
Cannibalism was strictly forbidden in their contract. If some of them broke that stricture, they deserved whatever punishment you dealt them. What else did you want to discuss?
Are you going to do anything else? So you knew they used to be cannibals, right?
Yes, of course. But refraining from those dietary practices is a primary requirement of their contract. They've been good to their word. Put together one hell of a resort hotel, too. From what I hear, I'd want to eat at the Gourmand every night, if I were ambulatory. What else did you want to discuss?
Wait, you still want to eat there after I told you they were eating folks there? What was Vegas like before the war?
It was a place of splendor. As magnificent as today's Strip may seem, it's but a shadow of the neon paradise that was Las Vegas. I grew up not far from here, and though I traveled the old world extensively, I never found another place like it.
That's how I feel about New Orleans. You say you saved Las Vegas? Like how, man?
By 2065, I deemed it a mathematical certainty that an atomic war would devastate the Earth within 15 years. Every projection I ran confirmed it. I knew I couldn't save the world, nor did I care to, but I could save Vegas, and in the process, perhaps save mankind. I set to work immediately. I thought I had plenty of time to prepare. As it turned out, I was 20 hours short.
That sucks. What preparations did you make to save Las Vegas, giant talking head?
On the day of the Great War, 77 atomic warheads targeted Las Vegas and its surrounding areas. My networked mainframes were able to predict and force transmit disarm code subsets to 59 warheads, neutralizing them before impact. Laser cannons mounted on the roof of the Lucky 38 destroyed another 9 warheads. The rest got through, though none hit the city itself. A suboptimal performance, admittedly. If only the platinum chip had arrived a day sooner.
Why wasn't it on time, bro?
The platinum chip was printed in Sunnyvale, California on October 22nd, 2077, the day before the Great War. It was to have been delivered by Courier the following afternoon, but by then, the world had ended. The chip contained vital software upgrades, but not just for my Securitrons. Every aspect of the missile defense grid would have been upgraded too. Given that I had to make do with buggy software, the outcome could have been worse. I nearly died as it was.
How did you nearly die, man?
Software glitches set off a cascade of system crashes. I had to take the Lucky 38's reactor offline, lest it melt down. For nearly 5 years, I battled power outages and more system crashes until I finally managed to reboot my data core with an older version of the OS. I spent the next few decades in a veritable coma, but I survived, obviously, and eventually thrived.
That blows. It took you 5 years of working on it, and then you're like, I'm gonna put the old operating system on it.
What else did you want to discuss?
What's the deal with the snow globes?
What of it? I enjoy them. There's something about a little diorama set inside a glass dome that I find pleasing. If you run across any out in the wastes, turn them in to Jane. She'll compensate you. What else did you want to discuss?
Maybe that should be my new career. Just make really shitty ones and give them to Jane. Where's Vegas get all its electricity? I know it's Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam, of course. A hydroelectric dam. The NCR had it up and running at 50% capacity within a year of occupying the dam. By treaty, New Vegas receives 5% of its output. More than enough. What else did you want to discuss?
So you kinda stuck with it. How's NCR gonna defend Hoover Dam from Caesar's Legion?
General Oliver's strategy, or tunnel vision, as I like to call it, has been to mass troops at Hoover Dam. He wants to outfight the Legion in a straightforward slugging match, and then, when they rout, pursue and destroy them in detail. A crushing, decisive victory of this sort would overshadow the tactical ingenuity of Chief Hanlon's defense 4 years ago, you see.
What's your battle plan, then?
A good deal should be obvious to you by now. I won't spoil the rest by talking out of turn.
It has to do with your robots, I'm sure.
What else did you want to discuss?
What's your plans for New Vegas, man?
I've resurrected Vegas, spirit intact. What I need now is the ability to enforce my rightful claim. Not just against Caesar's Legion, by the way. In fact, the NCR is a more present and insidious threat.
How do you intend to enforce your claim on the city?
To enforce, one must have force, a position of strength. Years ago, when I detected NCR scouts roaming the Mojave, I could tell from their uniforms that these were no mere tribesmen. I knew it was only a matter of time before an army appeared to take control of the dam, and I knew my Securitrons wouldn't be enough to oppose them. And so I recruited the 3 families. Vegas belongs to me because I mustered enough strength to bring the NCR to the bargaining table.
Wait, wasn't the NCR's army big enough to defeat your Securitrons and the 3 families?
Indeed it was, and still is, but not without taking significant casualties. Would Kimball and Oliver have traded the lives of hundreds of soldiers for absolute control of Hoover Dam? Oh, yes. They weren't afraid of me. They were afraid of Caesar, that attacking me would leave them vulnerable to a Legion offensive. And so they negotiated, not out of the kindness of their hearts, as they try to make it seem, because the calculus of power left no other choice.
So wait, once Caesar's Legion is defeated, aren't you kind of screwed, man? Because then the NCR doesn't need you anymore. What were your terms of your treaty with the NCR?
NCR forces were permitted to occupy Hoover Dam and establish a military base at McCarran Airport. Well, It used to be one. They recognized my sovereignty over the Vegas Strip and agreed to supply electricity and water once their engineers repaired the dam. Written into the treaty were provisions that the NCR do nothing to prevent its soldiers and civilians from visiting the Strip. That's how I harness the NCR to my endeavor. Their occupation has been the engine of my growing economy.
You would go to war against the NCR?
The salient issue is that they will go to war with me if given the chance. There's just one reason why the NCR hasn't contrived some outrage to justify invading the Strip. Caesar's Legion. The final battle between those two armies is fast approaching. I can't afford to let either side win on their terms. What else did you want to discuss?
That's it, Mr. House.
Goodbye.
Alright, so we've got to go back to the fort, apparently. Wait, what do I got? Oh, I stole some guns and stuff from him. I forgot. When he was showing me the stupid robot crap. I'm like, that's great, man. Yoink. Okay, we gotta go back to Caesar's fort, and we've got... Shut up, robot. Where is it? Quests? We gotta go back to Caesar's fort and do something. We'll do that next time, though. So, shut up, robot. I'm trying to say goodbye. You're being a douche. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.